All right, party people. This is your man Grill. Yep, early in the morning, 6:42, on my way to my first appointment of the day at 7 a.m. About 10 minutes out. Get there and get this thing taken care of. Oh man, oh man, oh man. I tell you, life is beautiful. Life is beautiful. Oh man, a poor little duck got ran over. Oh man, I don't like to see that. Yeah, so almost halfway through the year, y'all. How are y'all coming along? That's the question. How are you coming along? Have you somewhat met your goals? Have actually met your goals or exceeded your goals? A whole lot of traffic out here. So far for me, I've exceeded my goals and things have been lovely. I've just been enjoying myself. And okay, I had to stop for a second and check my direction. Thank you for letting me slide through, little lady. See which direction I need to go to get to where I'm trying to get to. But yeah, this year so far has been real good, and I think things are going to get better for us. Even though things are getting a little tighter out there in the economy, but I think the opportunities are still going to be there for those who are willing to grind, whether it's apostille, general notary, loan closings. It's going to be based on the area that you're in. And as always, it's really about you being available, getting your logistics together so you can get to where you need to get to, have their supplies, things of that nature, stocking up, realizing that the more work you do, the more supplies you're going to need. I've been going through right now, the last 2 months, I've gone through 3 cases of paper. I'm working on my 4th one right now, because I'm printing so much. There's a lot of cancellations, but then yet there's still a lot of orders for us to do out here. So the key is just getting yourself ready to go. Tensions in some degree are getting high, are still high, and because there are a lot of notaries who are still making mistakes out here. Matter of fact, the signing that I'm on my way to now, as I was doing a review of the documents last night, the prior notary didn't even put the dates down in there. So, it says, this such and such was signed, or whatever on this date. They didn't put the date down. Yeah, and you have notaries who are more concerned about having stamps to stamp their name instead of actually printing their name and stuff, and they didn't even fill out the notarial certificate right. So I'm sitting here like, this ain't valid. But, I guess the title company accepted it or somebody did. But to actually have it signed and everything, and the date of the notarization that is clearly, the area is clearly marked in the notarial statement, is not filled out. I'm like, what the heck is up with that? So notaries are out here really, really making mistakes. And it's costing these companies a lot of money, and it's putting them on edge. And unfortunately, they start snapping and they start going off on us. And we're like, hey, look, I'm like, hey, chill, I got this. And they're just lumping everybody into this one, basket of all of y'all are bad notaries. So if you're a person who can't deal with that kind of stuff, deal with somebody, coming down on you basically for no reason at all, or coming down on you like you at your W-2, this might not be the business for you. And if they're doing that to me at 7 years in the business with over 5,000, closings under my belt, what do you think they're going to do to you as a new person and everything? So, if I make the slightest mistake, they coming at me, they're going to come at you. But that's just to share with y'all what's out here and what's going on. It's not to say don't continue to do this business. It's just you need to be aware that it's not all, what they call it, rainbows and roses or whatever they call it. It's just not all sweet and, tender out here. It's some real attitudes that you have to deal with sometimes. And if you can focus on the job at hand, you'll be able to get through that and get the job done, and just know, okay, this is how I have to deal with you, or this is the kind of company you are. And sometimes it's not even the company, it's just individuals within the company that are just frustrated with how crazy things are going and how much notaries are making mistakes. And when you have notaries making mistakes and they have in their profile that they are this good and that good, and I'm not talking about a simple, I forgot to say, but I'm talking about major mistakes like not filling out the notarial certificate like what I saw. When you have people doing that, and then if you ask them to go back and correct it, they won't go do it. And they cop an attitude about fixing it, okay? That becomes a problem. So again, if you're not in a position to where you can actually go back and fix mistakes that you may have made, you may want to think twice, one, about doing this business, or two, whether you take certain orders. You see what I'm saying? So you just have to be mindful of that. But the business is good for those that block that, son. The business is good for those who can be focused and disciplined to come out here and do it. And that's all I've been working on, and working to get better and better at each and every month, each and every day and stuff. And yeah, you might slip up sometimes, but things happen. But as long as you can do the proper course correction, you'll be fine. And there are companies out here who understand the simple mistakes. They understand no one is perfect. And basically all they want us to do is just correct what we messed up. And if we're willing to do that, they're willing to keep working with us. But the thing is, you can't keep making the same mistake. You can't keep making mistakes over and over and over again. You got to get better at it. And that's why I'm always an advocate for just making sure you understand your state laws and how to properly notarize signatures on documents, and not getting all into the explanation of the document and trying to guide people through them. Because, like yesterday, I had 2 appointments. Man, they were wild, and one appointment, they didn't even talk to the people about the documents, and the folk were like, look, this is a big thing that we're doing here. We're getting a lot of money back, and nobody's telling us anything. Nobody's telling us, that we had to have a particular bank account to have this money go into. Nothing. No one has shared anything with us. So they had to take time out and read the documents to make sure that they wasn't, signing some crazy stuff. Then the other person, they had a situation where, turn right here, where they I'll pull right here for a second because I got about 9 minutes. I'm good. And then they had this one situation I can pull up here where the people are sitting there and they look at the closing disclosure and the numbers are wrong. The numbers are off. They're getting back less money. And the thing is, they gave them a CD at the end of April, and the CD that they had at the end of April that they signed off on is not what I came there with. So they're like, wait a minute, what the heck happened here? This, you see what I'm saying? So that's nothing we can deal with. All we can do is focus on properly notarizing the signatures. So if you stay focused on what you're supposed to do as the notary, stop worrying about the titles of signing agent and all that kind of stuff, but just focus on being a good notary. Everything will work out for you. Okay, everybody has a job to do in this business. Let them do their job. If they don't do their job correctly, you contact them so that they can make the necessary corrections. The guy called the loan officer and got it all squared away. They're going to get a new CD. They signed the one that they had with me, but they're going to get a new one that they're going to DocuSign. and they're going to get the proper money coming back to them. And the loan officers, the signers were shocked that these calculations were done and they reallocated money improperly. So that means the title company made a mistake. And see, here's the thing. The notary and the lender can't fix what the title company messed up. The title company got to fix that. Nobody could step in and say, oh, don't worry about it, I'll do this. And the guy really had no explanation. He just said, well, that, we're going to fix it. He said, we'll get with the title company and have this corrected really quick, hopefully by tomorrow. So this is what's going on out here. But you can navigate this if you have the right mindset and go out here with the right intent. And don't look at this business as a money grab. Look at this business for what it is, a public service to people who need it. And we are blessed to be getting paid for doing such. That's really what it is. And I'm telling you, you do that, it'll tone down a lot of your stress. You'll realize that you can do this business. You won't be so hyped up and scared and nervous all the time, because you recognize, oh, this is what I'm supposed to do. Here's what my role is. I can execute this. When you understand your role in a particular industry, in a particular company, you're able to do that. When you understand that, you can do it and you won't be so stressed. So that's all. But, this business is a good business, and I just encourage y'all to learn it properly and don't get caught up in the sensationalism of it, because there is hard work that you have to put in order to get to where you need to be at. It's not going to just be given to you. You got to go out here and earn it, and everything else will fall in line. All right. Talk to you later. Peace.